Back in January, I made a video counting all of the books on my physical TBR, and I had 186. So one of the goals I set at the beginning of the year was to lessen my physical TBR, and I have not been doing a good job of that. And it is now August, and I have only read 10 books off my physical TBR this year. So I decided today that we are going to be tackling my physical TBR and only reading books off of it for a week. You guys see that date? 2022. I bought it. Yep. Oh, yeah, I had no clue that was gonna go on. I think I might DNF this.
But he's mentioned already a couple times that he's like friend zoned, which, hello, the name of the book.
That I think he's a firefighter in it, which like that's just hot. Like that's hot. Hello, sweet besties, and welcome back. This is a video that has needed to happen for a while now. We are going to be only reading books from my physical TBR for a week, which turned into a month. I didn't necessarily like physically read these, but I did read the books either physically, audio, or Kindle Unlimited if they were on there, so we technically still got them read, and I'm gonna count it. So this was a wild ride. It was an adventure. It was a roller coaster, so buckle up, grab a snack, get ready. Okay guys, I have started my first book of this video. I was thinking about this book last night, and I'm just kind of in the mood for like a summary book, but I'm also in the mood for like a historical fiction book. So I'm picking up the Summer of Lost Letters by Hannah Reynolds. I've had this book for, I want to say like 2 years, and I'm finally getting around to reading it. So it follows our main girl Abby, and her grandma recently passed away, and one day on her doorstep a package arrives, and it is from her grandma's like secret lover, and it's like love letters, and they talk about Nantucket in them. So she is going to Nantucket for the summer to try and discover more about this man from the letters, because he's from like a very rich, prominent family on Nantucket. Like they have, I think it's like an accounting firm they own or something like that. So it's like she can find more about him easily. So where I'm at now, she got to Nantucket, and she is kind of just getting a glimpse into that life right now. But what I'm liking so far about this is obviously we're getting the letters too, like little bits of them. And I just have been loving historical fiction lately because the letters are set in like the 50s, and we're also getting kind of some text messages too, which just little stuff like that just always adds to the story. But something I'm liking too reading about is our main girl Abby and her parents' relationship. It's really interesting, and some parts of it are relatable, so I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, I think there's romance in this, and I'm just really excited to learn more about her grandma and her history with that and read the letters. So this is going good. I'm only 30 pages in, but one of the reasons I'm reading this is because I need a break from Releasing 10, which I'm reading, which you guys have already saw. But that book is insanely heavy. I can't do it. I need a break. Okay, I haven't read that much more of this book. I'm only 26%, but I did listen to the audiobook for a bit, and I'm gonna listen more now. But I feel like the audiobook kind of made me lose interest. I'm not sure why, but I did. That's really the only update I have. So far, it's fine. I'm still like excited to learn, especially more about the letters and like the history of her family. I feel like that's more what I'm interested in. But so far, it's just like teenagers doing teenager things that I can't relate to or didn't do. But now I'm going to clean my room and unpack and then listen, and that's all I'm doing. Well guys, just ran out of Spotify Spotify audiobook hours. I'm embarrassed. Okay guys, I have some book updates because, sorry, this just did something weird. Anyway, I don't know if I'm slumping, but I think life is just like not lifing right now because your girl's just been a little down bad. So I don't know if it's that, but I also feel like I am in just like a book slump too because I finished Releasing 10, and that book actually ruined reading for me. Anyway, so I'm working through right now 3 books on my physical TBR, which yay me, but I feel like I'm kind of 2 of them, which I'm kind of like putting off because I'm not like super obsessed. So I just started a 3rd last night, but the first one I started was The Summer of Lost Letters, and I'm like 115 pages in. I started listening to audiobook of this, but then I ran out of Spotify hours, and I just kind of stopped because like I wasn't super into it, I guess. But I do think I just need to give it another chance and like read it physically or something. And then on Libby I got the Atlas 6. The Atlas 6 I've probably had for 3 years, and then this I've probably had for 2. So I've been finally listening to this, and honestly I'm entertained, and like I really appreciate like the artwork and the physical copy, but I just don't really like care. Like I don't really know who is who or like what is going on. I think I'm like 40% now. But yeah, I've just been audiobooking that because I really don't know if I could get into this physically. That's those books. And then last night I was kind of spiraling, let's be honest. I was like, I need something happy because those two books I'm not super interested in. I'm not obsessed. Like, I don't even want to read. I haven't read in like days, weeks, months, basically, it feels like. So like, what is gonna do it for me? So I was scrolling through like the Kindle Unlimited Recs for me on my Kindle, and I saw The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, and that is one of the Abby books I haven't read yet. So I borrowed it and I started reading it, and so far it's going good. I did not know that I think he's a firefighter in it, which like, that's just hot. Like, that's hot. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna listen to that for a bit now because I got it on the Hoopla app and I have audiobook tasks, but I don't have time to read. Gonna do that. Gonna completely abandon the Atlas 6 for now because I just really need to get back in the swing of reading because I just haven't been motivated to read, and I feel like I still want to read stuff on my physical TBR, so this is doing that. But also, I'm not motivated to read the other two, so I need to like get motivated to read, and then we can jump back in. See that date? 2022. I bought it. Yep. And the sad part is Abby is like my favorite romance author and I haven't read it. Okay guys, I actually can tell you the exact time I listened for because I've been timing how long I've been reading because my library's doing a summer reading challenge, and like you enter your hours and then get entered for prizes. I've read for 43 minutes. I'm on page 34, 10%, and so far it's going good. I'm definitely invested in the story now and like I want to keep reading, so I think that's good. I think I'm gonna finish this chapter and then force myself to listen to the Atlas 6 so I can get that book done, because I feel like if I push it off anymore I'm never gonna finish it. I kind of feel like I'm cheating though because I'm reading The Friend Zone on my Kindle, but I have been in such a Kindle mood lately that like I literally can't not, and like I'm still reading the book. Well, and I'm listening to it. Sorry. Okay, I think I've literally read like 10 pages, but the thing I just love about Abby's books is her characters are always just so quirky, and it's always like funny too. Like our main girl, Kristen, she has this like dog supplies company, and she makes like funny t-shirts for dogs, which is funny. And she just is very like, doesn't give a frick about anything. Like her like appearance and like the way she presents herself is very like, I don't care what people think of me, and like I love that. I love that about her. And the guy, he's very kind of acts of servicey, which I'm liking, but Kristen has a boyfriend. It's kind of like a friends to lovers besides, I don't know. Kristen is the maid of honor and Josh is, what's it called, man of honor? I don't know. So they're forced to like be together a lot, and also with something else they're just like around each other a lot. But he's mentioned already a couple times that he's like friend zoned, which, hello, the name of the book. So yeah, it's kind of friends to lovers-y ish, but like we all know there's feelings. Yeah, she does have a boyfriend, so it's a little like I hope this goes well. Hi guys. Okay, I'm like, actually wait, does this receipt say the date I bought it? Oh my god, it does. December 28th, 2022 at 6:55 p.m. So I'm like 20% now, exactly, I think. And it's really interesting reading it. Oh, sorry, I just looked at my new shelves and I was like, anyway, it's really interesting reading Abby's first book after reading. I've read everything except for this one and then Life is Short. So it's really interesting going back and read. Well, obviously I've done this so out of order, but it's real. How many times am I going to say it's really interesting? Going back and reading her first book, I think this is her first book, is really, oh my god, I was going to say it again. Can you tell I'm like spiraling? I'm trying to think of something else to say because I'm sick of myself. It's cool to see like where her writing started and like where it's gone, because this is so still true Abby. Like it is still quirky, like they just TP'd someone's house, but I'm really liking it so far. There's some things I'm like a little sus at, especially with what's happening now, because she does still have the boyfriend, which he is enlisted in the military, but he is set to be coming home. I think it's in like 2 weeks now. So
he's not like here. Now it's like they're doing stuff behind his back. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to lock in because I got 7 Bruggen. I'm definitely feeling out of my slump though. Like I was watching some reading vlogs. I'm like, ooh, I just want to read. And I feel like too, just committing to this idea of tackling my physical TBR is making me more motivated to get through it. And same with just redoing my shelves, because now it's like fresh and it's like I'm at a bookstore like looking at new books, which before they'd been the same exact way for 3 years. Like I kept them all organized the same. I just like got a different shelf. Seeing them completely organized differently is just like helping so much. It's so bright and cute over here now that like my romance books are over here. Like I'm obsessed. I only read like 3% more last night. I'm 81 pages in, so I don't really have any updates. Have a little book update. It's been a couple days since I've read at all, but I am now over 50% through the friend zone, and I just sat outside with this book, and it's like such like a worn-in copy from Half Price. It was just like so nice to hold. I really liked that. Anyways, this is going good. I don't know if it's like my favorite trope because it's like friends to lovers, friends with benefits to lovers, something a little like just like tell each other how you feel, you know? But yeah, it's going great. I absolutely love our main guy Josh in this. He is amazing, and our main girl Kristen, some parts of her are really relatable, so I'm really liking that too. But I was having such a good time sitting outside reading. But yesterday I was in Minneapolis for work. I was outside for 12 hours and the air quality was shit. It was like 170 on the Apple map, like terrible. So I'm just feeling the effects of that today, and today we're in moderate now, so it's still not great. So I don't want to be outside too long because I'm already feeling unwell from that, but the vibes were great though. I'm gonna keep reading inside. That's my update. I really want to finish it today. Oh god. Okay, so since I read Abby's books out of order, I never remember names that good, but I was like, one of these names looks familiar, and then I was confused though, so now I'm like, oh shit. Oh god, this is bad. Yeah, I kind of regret reading the Happy Ever After plays first, but that was like a year ago, and I didn't know they were like this connected. I was like, is that the same person? Yep, it is. But I'm glad I didn't like put it together what happened until now once we got a reveal. Oh my gosh, I don't want to read this. It's gonna be so sad. Abby always do this to me. I don't know if reading that before or after was good, because now I'm like anticipating something, but I don't like remember all the details from the other book, and I'm like, now I'm stressed because I know something happens. But like if I didn't read that before, I would be so caught off guard, and then it'd be like, oh my god. Anyways, I'm 78% and now I have to finish this book. Guys, I have an update. First of all, I finished The Friend Zone, 4 stars, great time. I haven't really thought about it since, but like just Abby's books are always incredible to me. This one, I don't really have a reason why, but it just didn't like give me that 5-star feeling that her other ones have. I feel like maybe because I didn't really love the whole like friends to lovers. What was I just gonna say there? Friends to, there's no two in this, friends with benefits situation thing. Didn't really love that, but it was really interesting reading her first book. It's still very similar to me. Like it feels very, very similar. Still a dog, still quirky, still funny, has like some crazy cute meet cute, and it's just a great time still. Really liked it. Definitely read them in order, because now I kind of want to go back and read the Happily Ever After playlist. Now I'm seeing this character in such a new light, and now I have such a better understanding of what they went through. I need to know more, you know what I mean? Also, another update,
I did DNF the Alice 6, which personally the only other dark academia book I've ever tried to read is Ninth House, and I actually DNF'd that book too. So I don't know if it's just a dark academia thing, but I also don't think I am mentally capable right now of reading anything other than like a light fluffy romance. So that is that too, but I got like 38% through and I just was like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know who's who, I'm done. That is that. I am still currently reading this, haven't made any progress though, but I think I'm gonna try and read a couple chapters now and see if I can get into it. I have had this book since 2023 when it came out. I lately have been in such a fall mood, and I was on Libby earlier looking for something to read because I wanted like a Kindle book or an audiobook, and I found this on there. I'm like, this is exactly what I'm in the mood for, and it says like Gilmore Girls meets something, so I was like, sign me up. So I was kind of gonna read it physically, but like the font small, so I'm so glad I found it on Libby. So I'm gonna read the first chapter tonight, see how it goes. So far, I literally don't completely know what's going on, but I'm on like page 7 and we have a flannel man already, which he's not like the main love interest because it's like for her grandma. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's going fine. We already have been introduced to some characters and plot lines that like we know something happened, but we don't know what. Like they're kind of talking about it, but we don't know like what happened and all the backstory. So interested about that, and also to learn more about the town since it is, compared to Gilmore Girls, the best show ever. Okay, I've been continuing listening to this, which the word DNF is a little bit floating around my brain because like I put it down for like 3 weeks and didn't even think about it, which if this ends with 2 DNFs, it's gonna be kind of bad. But I just feel like the main girl in this, she's just like, I just want a summer fling, I don't want anything serious, like blah 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 blah, I just want to go to parties and drink and flirt with boys and do other stuff with boys. I'm just like, that is not what I care about in a romance. And I don't even know if I really care about her grandma's past, because it's like not even really about that anymore. It's just about like her. So I don't know, I may finish this chapter and see how I feel, but also I'm like, I just don't want to waste my time. I think I might DNF this too, unfortunately. I just don't care, and I feel like it's not gonna be rated higher than a 2.5 or a 3, so I'm like, why would I kind of slump myself out? Now I can have my favorite bookmark back too. But in saying that, I do need another audiobook now. I might see if this is on Spotify. Oh, you have to pay for it on Spotify, that's ridiculous. Okay. Honestly, I'm not in the mood to start anything else. I'm kind of over reading 7 books at once. So I think I'm just going to focus on the Sides of Magic book and read it physically. And I'm just going to keep listening. I'm just going to listen to music while I finish my work. I was thinking about starting Lost and Lassoed, but I'm like, I'm not in the mood for that. I feel like I do this a lot, and it's kind of what makes me slumpy is I just start books because I want to listen to an audiobook. And it's like, just listen to music, you know what I mean? And focus on one book at a time. So I think I'm just going to focus on The Unfortunate Side Effects of Magic. Okay, I am like 10% through the book now, and it's like Second Chance, I think. It's like witchy second chance, small like Gilmore Girls town, and they just saw each other for the first time in 10 years, and he actually addressed what happened and is apologizing. I'm like, that never happens in Second Chance books. Like, they just ignore it. This is kind of cool. I'm liking it. Good morning, friends. I have an update, and it's like whatever. So I'm 40-ish pages in, and I've been reading it from Libby on my Kindle. I cannot get into this book. Literally cannot get into it. I know y'all are gonna be like, you're not even like physically reading the books on your physical TBR. Yeah, I know, but I literally cannot get into this at all. Like, even ebook reading it. So I did get the audiobook on Audible. I haven't started it yet, but I'm gonna today and hopefully get into it with the audiobook and then switch back to physical. So we'll see. But one thing about this that's interesting is, so they own like this cafe place. They're like witches, so it's kind of like a normal world, but they just do magic too. And at the end of almost every chapter, there's like a recipe for different things. Also, there's like this random puppy that came, and he like has like a tag, but then she just like kept it. So I'm confused about that. but I really have no interest in picking this up. But also I feel like part of it's because I'm in the middle of reading Harry Potter and that's like all I can think about, all I want to read. But I know for a fact I need to read other books too, because otherwise I'm gonna finish this series and just want to start it again and never read anything else. Hopefully gonna audiobook this. It does sound really good and I like the idea of the romance in it, but I just cannot get into it. I think too part of it is it's in like third person, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Good morning, friends. I have like a little update. I'm on page around 110, so this far in I've been listening, and so far I really can't get into this, and I feel like I cannot get into any book besides Harry Potter. Like that's the only thing I want to read. Another thing, the chapters in this, first of all, there's 19 total chapters in this 300-page book, and they're literally on Audible. They're at least 45 minutes long each, so it's just like, oh my goodness, you know? But I think I am gonna keep listening to it because I'm like kind of interested in what happens, and also I want to get more into the fall spirit, and I feel like this is just a good book for that. But I feel like this video is honestly a failure because although I did read 2 maybe from my physical TBR, like I DNF'd 2, and this one I definitely could DNF, so I don't really know if I'm just like picking bad ones, or because I know obviously not all the books on my physical TBR are gonna be like this, but just I don't know. And like this one I picked up because I was in the mood for this specific book after reading the premise. I have no clue what's going on. Maybe I'm just in like a massive slump and just Harry Potter's the only thing keeping me going, because I feel like that's probably true. I will say that I am more into it with the audiobook because reading it physically I couldn't focus for more than like 1 sentence, so this is going better. This just took such a dark turn. It just said Sadie was too shocked to say anything at all. Yeah, that's me. That's me right now. Okay guys, I have an update. I am almost done-ish. I think I have just over 100 pages left, so definitely gonna try and finish it today. But this book has been a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. With the romance specifically, something was just revealed, which you guys saw in my reaction to that, and it's just kind of like, is this necessary? Like this is just another thing that's like preventing it, and it makes it more like ugh, you know? Also, just look up trigger warnings if you're gonna read this. There is actually a lot of hard to read scenes and just deeper, more emotional, sad, hello, can you focus on me? Stuff going on than I thought. I still am not like super obsessed, but there's some like plot points that I do want to see like what happens, because I really don't know, and there's still like a couple questions we need answered to, and then obviously the romance, which it's gonna be interesting how that wraps up. Alright, I did finally finish this book. I think I settled on a 3-star for it. It was fine. It was not really what I was expecting, in the sense that it covered a lot more deeper topics than I thought it would, like heavy on family themes, and also just other ones I won't talk about because they aren't on the back of the book. But yeah, look up trigger warnings if you are going to read this, because there was a lot of things that I was like, oh yeah, I had no clue that was gonna go on. I just really don't know how I feel about like witchy books, because I feel like all the ones I've read I haven't been like obsessed with, even in the fantasy genre. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep trying though, because I love the idea of it, and like I love spooky books. We'll see. But this was fine. Yes, it gave fall vibes, but since I couldn't get into it that much, it wasn't as folly as I was expected. But yeah, so glad I'm done with this. I just wish it would have been a better experience. I think when I first bought this I thought this was just fiction, and then this year I found it in the romance sections. I'm like, ooh, but it's definitely like side plot of romance, and it was interesting. There were a couple things that really shocked me about this, but it was good. So yeah, that is my physical TBR reading vlog. If you liked this, let me know. It was kind of a disaster and I'm sorry, but at least now we read some and or DNF'd some. So see you guys next time. Peace.